We're facing yet again another demolition job by the involved selected personnel from the Philippine Air Force here in Mactan Air Base to demolish, as they say, to satisfy the final judgment way back 2014, as they said, as they gloated on to their success in the case of right to possession. Oh, am I gonna give another recap? But just to tell you, they don't have any right to demolish the houses that are erected, that are situated here. Houses of the retired Philippine Air Force personnel, not the officials. They are, we are, as my father were mere sergeant. As they retire, they become, many of them, second lieutenant. It's a hard life. Yeah. So I was thinking that instead of, I don't know, if they've got to show off they're so good at following the law, and more than just following a law, being concerned for the welfare of the country, the Philippine Air Force should show off, not by demolishing the houses that are clearly illegal. It is illegal, although it wasn't declared yet as illegal by the court. The evidence is, the law itself tells us. It's past 10 years already, according to the statute of limitations. 10 years. The final judgment and the time it was being recorded in the book of entry of judgments was, 2014. So counting from there, 10 years lapse. I'm not an attorney, but we heard the judge from branch RTC, not to mention what branch. He said, if you want to follow my practice, I suggest, this is just a suggestion. Yeah. I actually, even it was 8 years still, I terminated the right to demolish, or the effectivity of the demolition writ. 8 years. And we're more than 8 years. We're 11th year now. Running 12. That was since 2014. How could they? But not only that, essentially, the reason why they succeeded for the case against the 46 houses of the 46 retired Air Force personnel, I mean, they don't have the right of possession. They don't even have much more the right to give this parcel of land to an entity, a business entity such as the Abuelis. Something that is not theirs, they couldn't give. That's the principle of life. You cannot give something you don't have. You can't give something you don't own. Tamiya, as we can see right now, is owned by the Abuelis, MIPS 2. It used to be an officer's village with a hospital, but it is supposed to be part of the said military reserve. as it was delineated, described vividly. In the wordings in the case that the boundaries are in the airport and going through this piece of land that we are situated in, Mactan Air Base Airmen's village, and then going through the officers' village is a military reserve according to the Proclamation 784, blah blah. 784. Proclamation 784 is never authentic. The Department of Environment and Natural Resources has not given its authority as valid for such a document. There is no signature of any authorized person. I don't know why they admitted such a piece of shitty evidence. You can look it up yourself in Google. The name itself, even if it's not right, is Kanhulao, not Paho or Mactan Air Base. What are we talking about here? The Philippine Air Force should be helping people out, especially in times of crisis like this. The rain fell so heavily, and we know those, especially in those places like Talisay, Mandaue, Consolacion, Liluan, are right now, I'm sure, experiencing a very hard time with the flood, with the rain flood, and they needed help, big help. Why don't they just, give away their energy instead of doing this crazy demolition, destroying houses of people who, many of them, don't have the capacity of acquiring or setting up new abode or lodging or a place to stay. That's how poor they are. We are poor. Yeah, I've got a car. I'm not gonna mention how much I bought this car. For how much. But it's not about that. We should be praying. We are all Christians. Okay, only those true Christians in the real sense of the word. How can you be a Christian when you are involved in the implementation of what you know as illegal? What you know is so much of a controversy that shouldn't be, get involved with because of its very much questionable authenticity. Yeah, although it's a court order, and we know in all history that even a judgment from the Supreme Court could be overturned, especially if the evidence is thoroughly checked, and if there is a new and incontrovertible evidence, interpretation of evidence, and so on, that could support the other side, the defendant of the case. What am I saying? If we really want justice, we have to ask God for it. And if we really have to ask God for it, we must make sure that we even come up to that passing level of what God expected of us, for Him to do a miracle for us. And that is transformation of our hearts, of our soul, of our mind. Get away from sinfulness. Pray, especially the rosary. Do good things. Follow the will of God. Follow the commandments of God, and so on. Just do it your best, even to the point of almost dying or dying. To the point of being broken. Pray.